A big thank you to ASUS for sponsoring today's video.
Hello from just south of I-70 in Colorado, friends. Last time we saw you, we were in the northern part of kind of the Central Valley of Colorado, and we have since made our way northwest, and we are about to head south down towards a really beautiful little pocket of Colorado that I haven't seen in quite a few years. The reason that we're heading out here is because one, it is still 98 degrees outside and even hotter back home in Denver, and two, because there's a couple people that I've been wanting to meet for a few years, and I think it's finally happening. But before that, we are gonna have to make one more stop because there's a little bit of work that I'm gonna have to get done before going off grid and out of service, hopefully for the next couple of days. So a bit of a hack, in my opinion, is parking behind a coffee shop or brewery or a library and not actually having to go in to purchase anything, especially if you're at some of those more commercial spots. I am right now parked just behind a Starbucks. I don't have to go in, I don't have to give them my money, I don't have to buy anything, and I can still sit out here, hopefully in the shade with Tara in some grass, and get some work done. While Tara chills outside with her hair blowing in the wind, so much cooler than here in the car, but better than if she was in here and I went inside to a cafe, I want to take a moment to thank and tell you a little bit more about the sponsor of today's video, ASUS, who's making workdays from the road like this possible. Now, I'm not gonna lie, when I first heard about ASUS's new RT-AX57 Go, I wasn't sure how a travel router could really fit into my life, because a lot of times I'm either at home or I'm using Starlink, and a router just didn't really seem to fit into that. But that was until I remembered how often I'm actually on the go on the road like this and connecting to somewhat sketchy at best public Wi-Fi sources. And as somebody who really pushes her internet connection, having a router that is not only capable of providing that free VPN service no matter where I am, but also up to 3,000 megabytes of internet speeds is a game changer. In addition to trying out the router today, I'm also going to be putting their new OLED ZenScreen 15.6-inch portable monitor to the test, which I'm really excited to see how it's going to work in this mobile desk setup, because I don't have a lot of space, but I also don't love the eye strain that can come with fitting everything onto my tiny laptop screen while I'm in the car. All of that said, let's go ahead and get these guys unboxed and try them out. So in addition to the monitor that you guys are kind of sitting on top of right now, they also gave me this really nice cover, which not only is going to act as a stand when I'm using it in a situation like this, but will also allow me to protect the screen with all of the rough and tumble kind of adventures that we go on to make sure that it doesn't get scratched or damaged. All right, so thankfully the router does come with a quick setup guide. So I'm gonna go ahead and just follow these instructions and show you guys in real time. I'll speed it up so it's not quite so boring, but to show you what it's like to actually set this up for the first time, because I've never done this before and I feel like it's always helpful to know what you're getting yourself into when you're starting something new with technology like this. So the first thing we're gonna do is just plug it in. We are right next to a road. I just went ahead and plugged it into my computer, and opening it up, it says to scan and download the new app. So let's go ahead and do that so that way we can get this thing set up. All right, so here's the setup so far. We're connecting there. We have my computer and my outside portable monitor. Tara is outside, just straight chilling. Life is good. Life is good. Okay, we are gonna go ahead and use public Wi-Fi mode, and I hope you guys can see in the corner what's going on right here. All right, what is the network name gonna be called? Let's think of something fun. I'm gonna go with Doghouse, because that's just fun. So really at this point, we are already setting up the network. Hopefully you guys can see here. I guess I don't need to show you. It's gonna apply my settings. I think so far this has taken all of like 4 minutes maybe from start to now. And then we should be good to connect to our internet and safely browse and use our whole setup. Whew, okay, well, other than being smoking hot in here, I'm gonna say I'm pretty content. I don't think that I've been more impressed by a piece of technology, its ease of setup, its minimal packaging, and its performance in a really long time. And I feel like if you're gonna test something, you might as well go out guns blazing. From its minimal but still protective packaging, to the ease of setup with the router, the lack of need for an external battery for either device, and just how portable and small both devices are, I can really see both the monitor and the router changing the game for me in my office setup. And you bet your top dollar that I will be converting the back of this into my mobile office. That way I can use this for years, hopefully, to come. So if you've been in the market for your own mobile office, your VPN protection without extra fees, without additional subscriptions that you need to purchase or keep up, head to the links down in the description down below for either the router or both the router and the portable monitor to get one for yourself for your upcoming travels and work needs. And thank you again to Asus for sponsoring today's video. All right, guys, I am sweating freaking bullets. I think Tara has had her fair share of sunlight and we're both ready to get up to the mountains. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean up here, which honestly is gonna take like 2 seconds because again, these things are so small and so portable. And we'll see you guys up in the mountains with our new friends who some of you might know already. All right, I'm about to pull into camp and oh, I have so many butterflies. I feel like meeting people that you have known, quote unquote, online, but it's like this weird parasocial no, you don't actually know them. It can be so nerve-wracking. I don't know, you just like feel like you're gonna get along, hopefully, but you don't know. I don't know. All these people are so sweet. I'm really excited and a little bit nervous, but we're almost there. This has been kind of a treacherous drive. I cannot believe that they sent it all the way back here. I don't think if I didn't have coordinates that I would have come this far. So kudos to them.
Good morning, friends. I am obviously a little swollen and still kind of groggy, but last night, I apologize for not recording more, but man, my cup feels so full. I knew that I was missing community, like the road community and friendship and people who I have things in common with. But I think last night just really highlighted how good it feels to be back with people who speak a similar language, have similar experiences, have a vision and life goals like I do. It felt really good. We're still camped together. I think Nikki might have to leave today, which is going to be so sad, but I'm just glad that I got up here in time to be able to meet and hang out with everybody in person because it feels like it's been a long time coming. Tara, wait. We gotta get a collar on, babes. I'll detonate there. No. Okay.
make one more stop down towards a really beautiful little pocket of Colorado that I haven't seen in quite a few years.
I'm ready for my daily dose of hug. Bye, Nick. I
love you guys.
Oh, we're gonna miss you so much.
Camper agrees.
Yeah, Camper. Bye, everyone.
Do you need a shower?
Me?
Yeah.
Do I?
No, I was just.
Well, I've just pulled out of the way so that way Nikki can leave. She's the first to go, and I think Sarah and Tori and I are going to continue our journey south a little bit into an area that hopefully is a little bit less windy than where we've been staying up here. Although I think we're all gonna miss the beauty and just serenity of this area. So hard to find in the summer in Colorado, so we were definitely treated this week, and I'm definitely gonna miss Nikki. It was so fun getting to meet her. I know that I didn't film a lot because I feel like when I meet people, I just want to have that connection, but hopefully next time we cross paths, you guys will get to see even more of her. So in some ways it feels like we have already been driving for a full day because of all of the amazing places that we've already been through in Colorado in the last like 2 hours. This whole region is just so spectacular. Right now we are about to get on the $1 Million Highway, which is between Ouray and like the southern portion of Colorado, like Durango and Silverton, on our way to our next campsite. And I'm so glad that I was able to convince Tori and Sarah to extend their trip by one more day because it feels like we really just got to know each other, and I guess I just don't want it to be over yet. What drew you to wire wrapping as opposed to, like, there's so many different forms of like jewelry making, you know?
I think that guy taught me and I just took a liking to it. Like, I think that it just made it to where it suited, like, I was mining for crystals and then I was able to wire up the crystals and wear them and like make pendants and make like chains, or like I had it hanging a lot in my last van, like just crystals hanging everywhere. And so I think it was kind of like a necessity out of just having so many crystals that I mined and like, what do I do with it? But also I just took a liking to it. Is it cinematic or is it just me?
I don't
Like, to me it looks amazing. I have spicy or like savory. Oh, yeah, it's so good. They're super good. I'm actually gonna close this for this.
Are you cold, Nugget?
Oh no.
There's no way you're cold.
Oh, no. Also our plates are dirty.
Yeah, they're literally dirty as fuck. My bowl clean this morning, and then I made it her water bowl, and I'll probably dump it out and eat out.
Yep.
So,
Fuck you.
Actually, I'll do this too. It's like fun for a second, but then I'm like, I actually have to work. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. In 100-degree weather.
I think Denver's no better.
Really?
It's been 100 in Denver, and we're at 6,000 feet, so it's really hot.
Wow.
Good morning, friends. As you can see, I am hiding in the car right now because the wind in Colorado lately has just been horrendous for filming, so I apologize if the audio has been bad in this video. But before I wrap it up, today is our last day all together. Sarah, Tori, and I. Nikki, as you saw, had to leave yesterday, unfortunately. And we are in this gorgeous Eden-esque valley. I think it might even be more beautiful in some ways than the last place we're at. It's hard to quantify because they're just so different. But as we're getting ready to spend our last day together and then go our separate ways, I'm just reflecting on the past few months, my decision to get off the road, really in search of more community because I felt like I wasn't connecting as much with folks out here. And I think this week has been a great reminder that the grass is greener where you water it, that you have to put yourself out there and be vulnerable. And truly, it's such a cliche, but where you put your time and intention is where your life can, maybe not always, but can often flourish. And seeing them in their half-built van, me and my simple setup, Nikki and her awesome 4x4, we're like all at very different stages of living or like traveling on the road. And it's been such a cool reminder that it's not about the rig, it's not about the location even, as beautiful as our spots have been, but it's really about community. And I think it's really making me question whether or not me getting off the road was really the right decision. I say that with a grain of salt. I think it was ultimately, and I'm glad that I made that choice. But I also think I needed to do that in order to realize that it wasn't the road that was preventing me from having community. It wasn't the travel, but it was the intention behind it. So, all of that said, obviously my brain is going in a million directions right now, and I'm already dreaming about what it might look like for us to get back on the road. For now, I'm just going to lean into the decisions that I have made. I'm gonna try to enjoy Denver. I'm gonna try to make friends and find community there too. But it's nice to know that this community, that the road is here when we're ready to come back to it. Amidst all of this, I hope that you guys enjoyed this week's video, meeting some of my friends. I'm really hoping to take my camera today as we cold plunge and waterfall chase and go on a couple of last minute adventures before we go separate ways. So stay tuned for all of that next week. But until then, I hope you all are having a wonderful week or weekend. Thank you so much for being here and for coming along for the journey with us. And I'll see you all in the next one.